You know, the other day I was thinking about all the rooms I was grateful to be in at different points in my life, and I began reminiscing about who was truly there for me when I needed them most. It turned out to be not who I expected to be there. I say this to say, never feel lesser than because of your lack of support. Get up, always say a prayer of gratitude, hold your head high, and be ready to clap for yourself. Your worth is not determined by others' validation. And with that said, thanks for tuning in to Jamaica Magazine. We're so glad to have you. I'm Theodore Henry, and we'll be back after these messages.
So, Bonnie, you renew your road license yet?
Babes, the road have me away. I can't even find time, but you know money have to make.
Because see, I shall out them money the back for late fee and record fee when you sit down make your road license expire upon you.
Well, transport authority so we can apply online. And that may go to now.
Operators of public passenger vehicles and commercial carriers, renew your road license before April 1 and avoid late penalty. A message from the Transport Authority.
Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, March 19, 2025. The Northwestern Parish's Reliability and Service Improvement Project is at the final stages of approval for contracts, and the details are to be made known in short order. The approximately $28 billion project was first announced in 2022 by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness in response to the worst drought to significantly impact Western parishes that year. Minister with responsibility for water, Matthew Samuda, gave an update during a tour of the Gutters Pipeline project in St. Elizabeth on Friday. He said a full analysis of the infrastructure had been done, and the project would consist of 36-inch water mains stretching from Martha Brae in Trelawney to West End, Negril. The terminal reservoirs will also be upgraded.
That will see significant pipeline improvement, removing the pipelines that every once in a while you have a theatrical explosion in front of the Rose Hall area. When that line collapses or breaks, it will see water going straight from Martha Brae into the terminal reservoir in St. James, which will create a level of resilience for 2/3 of the population of St. James.
In addition, 24-inch transmission mains will run from Lucy in Hanover to Negril in Westmoreland. This will push 3 million gallons of water from the Great River Transmission in St. James to augment supply from Logwood and Bulstrode in Westmoreland. Prime Minister Holness says this level of investment is a long-term sustainable solution to achieve reliable water supply.
The government strategy to treat with the water situation in Jamaica is, first of all, to focus on the environmental issues, to protect the watersheds and the catchment areas so that we continue to have water, both surface water and water underground, which is what we are now harvesting here.
Minister of Energy Darrell Vaz says the country continues to build on significant gains being made to its renewable energy capacity. He reports that at December 2024, Jamaica's renewable energy capacity had reached 188 megawatts, generating over 481,000 megawatt hours annually, accounting for 10% of total electricity production. He also indicates that the Generation Procurement Entity, GPE, has awarded a 99.83 megawatt solar capacity contract to Wigton Energy and Sunterra Energy Jamaica Limited. Both companies have secured their generation licenses, and completion of the project is expected by 2027.
An additional 220 megawatts of utility-scale renewables with storage will be competitively procured in 2025, alongside JPS's replacement of 171.5 megawatts of retiring fossil fuel units using only renewables, which will bring renewables electricity generation close to 48% when the projects are connected to the grid.
Minister Vaz was speaking at a press conference on Tuesday. Also coming out of that meeting is word that negotiations for a new license for the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPSCO, are underway. Energy Minister Darrell Vaz says special focus is being placed on consumer protection and the new license is expected to take effect by 2027.
The Ministry has commenced negotiations for a new JPS license, engaging the Inter-American Development Bank to provide international expertise with Jamaicans to benefit. The concerns of the citizenry, and particularly those who were frustrated during and after the passage of Hurricane Beryl, will factor significantly in this process. The OUR is currently providing input on necessary adjustments to the license, so all relevant aspects are covered towards providing a better service to the nation.
In addition, the Ministry and the Office of Utilities Regulation, OUR, are reviewing the attendant power billing contract. Once finalized, this will allow self-generators to transfer power usage across multiple locations within their companies on the national grid. The National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, and the Caribbean Cement Company Limited have signed a memorandum of understanding to restore and conserve mangroves through the Adopt a Mangrove initiative. Signed on Tuesday, the public-private partnership will see to the restoration of mangroves in Gallo Point within the Palisadoes Port Royal Protected Area. Chief Executive Officer of NEPA, Leonard Francis, welcomes the joint venture as it coincides with the agency's mantra of sustainable development.
The agency is committed to investing in initiatives that foster partnerships that will ensure sustained efforts to protect, restore, and manage vital ecosystems such as our mangroves.
Managing Director for Caribbean Cement, Jorge Martinez, says the partnership aligns with his organization's ambition of becoming a net zero CO2 company by 2050.
The Adopt a Mangrove program is a perfect fit, as I mentioned, for our water, biodiversity, and air quality management. By encouraging private sector stakeholders and other partners to contribute to the restoration of our mangroves, this initiative directly supports the preservation of vital ecosystems that are crucial for both environmental health and the resilience of our communities.
Mangroves are shrubs in swamps and shoreline areas that play a vital role in protecting coastal areas, enhancing biodiversity, and helping to prevent climate change. And finally, the long-awaited school bus for Little Bay Primary and Infant School in Westmoreland has officially arrived, thanks to a partnership with the Embassy of Japan. The collaboration, which began in February 2023, resulted in the donation of a 26-seater Toyota Coaster bus that is expected to improve students' access to education. Students will now be able to catch the bus at various pickup points. The vehicle was provided through Japan's grant assistance for grassroots human security projects. At the handover ceremony on Monday, Principal of Little Bay Primary and Infant School, Keron King, expressed his gratitude for the donation, noting its positive impact on student performance and attendance.
Usually when it rains, we have our students unable to come attend school, and also important, it will also reduce the cost of transportation for some of our parents. We are extremely appreciative to the Ministry of Education, National Education Trust, the Embassy of Japan for the partnership over the years to ensure that the school bus was donated to the school.
I am proud to say that so far we have provided 15 school buses all over Jamaica. And we will continue to do so in the future.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.
Having water problems? Can't pay your bill? Well, 2025 is your year. The National Water Commission NWC 3-month amnesty is still running. If you've been disconnected for 2 years or more unpaid water bills, or you're a pensioner, eligible path beneficiary with outstanding debts to the NWC, the government is giving a financial reprieve. The NWC will write off the debt totally and waive your reconnection fees. Water is a priority, and the government is offering relief to get you legally reconnected. To check your eligibility, visit the NWC website at www.nwcjamaica.com/bill_query.
A place to craft home. That's exactly what you'll be doing upon visiting the Falmouth Artisan Village. This space offers a wide array of craft items from books to home decor, candles, art, and much more, all created and designed by local artisans. I have a feeling you're eager to see and explore what I'm talking about, and we take you to the Falmouth Artisan Village.
Falmouth is not an ordinary town. It thrives on the will of the crown. What flows on history and its waters wave. Falmouth is more than just a bay.
And this extraordinary town just got a bit more interesting with the addition of Jamaica's first ever artisan village. An artisan village is an area designated for craftspeople known as artisans. The space is made up of galleries, workshops, and studios meant to preserve and promote traditional arts and culture. As it is right now, I'm standing on the steps of the Falmouth Courthouse, or am I? To get here, you must follow this storybook entrance and step into a tale for the ages. The brainchild of the Tourism Enhancement Fund, an agency in the Ministry of Tourism, the Falmouth Artisan Village is the new kid on the block, that is the Falmouth Port.
Our goal was twofold. One, to create an attraction that provided Jamaicans and visitors with unique experiences in Jamaican food and drink, arts and craft, and culture. And the idea was to invite creatives, the people who could produce these products, to come and open shops and demonstrate their product and sell their product to the public.
In addition, the team sought out a group of young people from the community, teaching them the songs, poems, and plays they had written for the village. Now the stage is set for performers to welcome each guest upon arrival. These performers will double as tour guides for anyone needing an explanation of the story behind each shop. There are 35 shops already open, with another 14 reserved primarily for restaurants.
We have a shop called Piazza and Stairs, which looks like your granny's yard. Before plastic and glass were readily available, where our grandmothers had clay jugs and clay jars and clay glasses and clay containers for the soap in the bathroom and the toothbrushes. We have clay products that are artistic. We have wooden products made by a local artisan in Trelawney, makes the most beautiful wooden products. We have carvers, we have basketers, we have a cigar maker, we have jewelry, we have photographs, we have personal care items, and of course in the tinier micro shops we have crochet dolls, and we have candles, we have alabaster products.
Another exquisite feature of the village is that you can have special pieces made right there on location. You will probably have to go see some other offerings, grab a fabulous Jamaican treat, or simply take it all in while your product is being crafted. You'll have a grand time traversing this 19th century inspired space, powered by 21st century technology.
I'm Reverus Webb, born in Jamaica, 1839. I founded Westwood School for Girls, promoting unsegregated education, making it one of Jamaica's remaining boarding schools, known for its Jippy Jappa hats tradition and established Calabar Theological College.
An educational activity for the old and the young. Speaking of the young ones, there are augmented and virtual reality activities for them to enjoy inside the village, they and the young at heart. Then stop by Lovey Fern and get them a Jamaican authored book with the most thrilling tales, sure to leave them wanting more. The shop is named for a 19th century figure who was an apprentice in carpentry and loved children.
He made wooden toys and did shows for children. So we decided to name a shop for children after Lovey Fern. So you see it's kid-friendly and life-size toys. And all the books you see in here are written by Jamaicans and made in Jamaica.
And of course, for adults, the possibilities are endless. Stop by Zanasia for a custom-made candle for yourself or a loved one.
It's a great initiative. I'm happy to be one of the selected artisans, to be a part of the first artisan village in the country. Most of our clients we gain through this avenue, and I must say thanks to TEF. Amazing thanks to TEF for this opportunity.
If it's wooden items that you're looking for, stop by Junlin. You'll find exquisite kitchen utensils. And be sure to make your next stop the Golden Table for pieces made of lignum vitae, ready to be added to your home. The artist Tyree Henry is there ready and waiting to make you a custom piece.
This is a maroon sculpture. So it's a Rasta man, and I do it like a wall piece. It's gonna hang on the wall. So this I'm gonna design the abeng out of this.
The historical community Trench Town is represented in the village with an array of ceramic art pieces molded with creativity, showcasing a taste of what the area is known for.
This is a great opportunity that TEF has, showcasing Jamaican artisans and also the Jamaican authentic art products. Our craft products are very unique and, it's different.
Should you stop by Moni's Voice, know you're not just getting a crochet art piece, but you're helping a survivor of domestic abuse earn from the craft she taught herself when trying to cope. Her journey to the village is a painful one personally, but professionally, I'll let her tell it.
A number of my items were in the Christmas in July magazine. This doll in particular was in the magazine, and the team who have been working on getting the artisan village set up, they saw the picture of this beloved granny doll and fell in love with her and reached out to me to come and be part of the village, and it's been an amazing opportunity so far. We're still new and we're looking forward to a lot of great things here in the village.
And there's lots more. Spices for your food, skin products designed with care, and flavors to suit your taste buds.
I believe we have a fantastic product here. Falmouth is 20 minutes out of Montego Bay, an hour out of Ocho Rios, an hour and a half out of Kingston. We really want to encourage Jamaicans to come. It's free to enter. You come in, you enjoy this fabulous space. Entertainment is available 4 times a day. You will be doing guided tours with some of these characters. There's food, there's drink, there's entertainment. There are fabulous Jamaican products made by local Jamaican artisans. It's a day of activities that I'm sure you will love.
$1,136,240 persons in our workforce are employed by a micro, small, or medium enterprise. $2 billion is in the budget for DBJ to allow them to continue to facilitate sustainable growth of startups and MSMEs, and to continue support women-led initiatives, entrepreneurship training, including digital skills bootcamp. We're also raising the GCT exemption for small businesses from $10 million to $15 million. They are also feeling the burden of high interest rates and have said to me that opening a bank account for their business is difficult. They feel there's no difference between the requirements for them as MSMEs as opposed to a very large institution. And so my commitment to them is to get together with the Minister Hill, to let us sit down with the banks and see how we can agree to reduce the burden of opening a bank account for MSMEs. This government remains faithful to the stock market development and is pleased to announce its acceptance of the Jamaica Stock Exchange's proposal to establish a JSE micro market. I will move with haste to name the Technical Working Committee that will include the Companies Office of Jamaica, the Legal Fraternity, the Security Dealers Association, a member of the PSOJ, and of course, representatives from the JSC and Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. We fully expect that a fully functioning micro market will put structure to more businesses in Jamaica for sustainability and growth and access to equity capital. We will begin these meetings of the Technical Working Committee as soon as we start the new fiscal year. As we accelerate the pace of economic growth in Jamaica, accelerated capital allowance is one strategy that this government will use to move growth to a higher level. We are making a special provision for accelerated capital allowance on industrial and non-industrial commercial buildings, plant and machinery, which includes automatic data processing equipment. And this will be over a 2-year period.
Are you giving your mental health the attention it deserves? Well, that's something to think about. Your mental health is just as important as your physical well-being, and there's more to a healthy mind than you might think. Fortunately, Professor Abel is here to share some valuable insights.
It's very important that we all take care of our mental health. Good mental health, mental wellness impacts on and will affect how we live within our family, interact with family members. When we enjoy good mental wellness, it impacts on how we function in school, function at the workplace, relate to members in our community, members at church, and the wider society. So it's very important for us to enjoy mental wellness. There are some important things that we need to do. First of all, take care of ourselves. Self-care is important. It's also important for us to establish high value, healthy social connections. Yes? What we find is that people who live longer, live healthier on a daily basis are people who invest in good social relationships, with your family, with your friends, people at school, people at the workplace, people in your community of faith. So it's so important for us to find time to invest and to interact with people. It's also important for us to recognize that, mental illness can affect anyone in the community, anyone in our family, and that when we're not doing well, it's so important for us to seek help very early. I know we live in a society where there's a lot of negative attitudes, high level of stigma towards mental health and mental illness. But it's so important for us to, when we're having problems, when we're having difficulty, be it not sleeping well or struggling at the workplace, difficulty studying at school, or problems relating with others around us, indicate that we're having some mental health challenges, yes? And when these things are happening to us, it's important for us to seek professional help early. And in seeking professional help, it's so important that we choose people who are adequately trained, because there are lots of people who are out there practicing who are not adequately trained, and they can give us wrong advice, treat us in inappropriate ways. We're also living in a world, you know, post-pandemic, after the pandemic, where we've seen a surge in mental health problems, especially among young people. Depression, suicidal ideation, problems adjusting to school and so on. And we're seeing it, you know, based on the number of persons who are, young people who are coming forward for help. And what I want to advise parents, family members, teachers and so on, to recognize that our young people are having mental health challenges, and when they present, let us listen to them, respond to them in a non-judgmental manner, and most importantly, encourage them to seek help very early. It's very important, you know, because too many young people have found that they have not been able to achieve their goals in studying or career goals because of mental illness and not having gotten treatment early in their illness. So I encourage us, you know, encourage our young people, support them to seek help when it's necessary.
Flu season is here. Let's fight the flu with these tips. Stay up to date with recommended flu vaccines. Practice good hygiene, that is frequent hand washing and sanitizing, covering your mouth and nose when sneezing, and sanitizing frequently touched surfaces. You're also encouraged to eat a balanced diet, take vitamin and mineral supplements, stay hydrated, and stay away from persons displaying flu-like symptoms. Protect yourself this flu season.
We're at the end of today's show, but be sure to join us again tomorrow for another lineup geared towards providing you with information on the government's policies and initiatives for building a better Jamaica. You may visit our website, jis.gov.jm, to rewatch this show or to catch up on the others we have on the site. I'm Theodore Henry, telling you thanks for watching from our production team here at the JIS.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.